Hey everybody, this is me, Something Respiratory Flux. Call me Flux for short, or whatever you want to call me. And in the last episode, we did stuff in the Battle Rock Galaxy and had more success than I was expecting to. In this episode, we are going to continue with that. I'm still not entirely sure why my pointer seems to love glitching out. I have my sensor bar set up properly, I think, but there's nothing in the way. It's just that happens, I guess. Anyway, this episode we are going to go on with the Battle Rock Galaxy Top Maniac and the Top Man Tribe. Now this is a weird mission, kind of. As it suggests, we start to see a new recurring enemy in this level. But actually, we see a couple new recurring enemies, because these guys, they are really annoying. Actually, I guess we've seen these little guys before, but they're actually part of this new squad. They're the Top Men. Clever name for spinning top-based enemies. Yeah, that's funny, I guess. The gravity in Polestar, you can do some really wonky aerial flips and tricks and whatever in this game without even meaning to. Like that, except that wasn't really fun because I got hurt. I was trying to long jump to this platform, but the gravity of that thing was too strong. Anyway, these are like the full-size Topmen. What do you have to say? Power lines are keeping my friend locked inside. Hit them with something to cut off the power. And this kind of shows the gimmick with these things. They're often used kind of as cleverly justified kill rooms. Also, hitting them, they just kind of spin you around a bit. But if you spin into them, and you can spin them into these power lines, which will basically disrupt them and cause you to be able to get past whatever was there. Anyway, thank you. Oh, sweet freedom. I'll show you a shortcut as your reward. And transform. Oh my god, that actually hurt my throat. Yeah. Remind me if I start a metal band to only do clean vocals. If I sing at all, I can't sing. Of course, you've heard me sing. You may agree or disagree with that assessment. Still don't know how can't remember how you're supposed to beat those guys. Either being very fast or having something from far. These things, if you can spin into them, they will flip over to local gravity. That's an interesting mechanic. These side-scrolling areas, there are a few of them in this game, but you see them a lot more often in Galaxy 2. Ow. In fact, some of the levels in Galaxy 2 were actually pretty much fully based off of this sort of level gimmick. And they were like quick, relatively minor levels. Sequence broke when I wasn't even meaning to. Yes. Yeah, basically you're supposed to get all the way over here and flip that to be able to get to here, but you could actually get there so much more easily just by doing some quick flips. It's not really that difficult. But anyway, here's kind of like a floor thing gimmick where it's the floor, instead of trying to shove you into a ceiling, tries to shove you into a different gravity zone. That's fun. These floors and ceilings, whatever they actually are, I can never tell, They will actually try to crush you, the ones with the candy cane stripes on them. Candy canes are not your friend. I don't know. I can't think of anything to say right now. It's been a couple days since I last recorded. That was on Monday evening after my first day of classes. Today is Wednesday evening. And oh, we're on an elevator. Yeah, great use of time. But anyway, now we're kind of here. Again, you have this little gimmick. You have to spin them into the power things, and that'll shut them off. You have to use one for each color because there are different power supplies. And oh, suddenly the gravity shifts, and once again we blow up the base. And now for this area. I don't know if these power cables shut off. They stay on, but you can still knock those into it to get rid of them and get a coin. Of course, the coins tend to show up like in the power cables, so that's, I don't see how that's helpful at all. Can I get a couple more star bits to get up to 100 before this? Yes. Anyway, now that I've gotten that out of the way, I can actually show off this guy. Lumali Luma, welcome to the Luma shop. I can sell you something helpful for only 30 star bits. And you can choose to purchase either a 1-up or a extra health bar. I already have the extra health bar from earlier, so I'm going to purchase the 1-up. I think if you pick 1-up when you're at full health, like full health from 6, it'll act as a 1-up anyway, but I'm not sure, so I'll just go with the guaranteed 1-up, because if it didn't give me a 1-up, it would be a waste of 30 star bits. Not that we really need more star bits after the last couple episodes, but... And this is the boss, Top Maniac. He can actually hurt you, unlike the smaller top men. So you jump on top of him, jump on top of the top to disengage his spikes. You can also spin these guys to clear them out first. But and basically you win by spinning into him while he's stunned enough that he flies into the edge of the arena. If he just bumps into the edge of it, it doesn't count. You actually have to spin into him for it to actually spin him all the way into the edge. Anyway, after a few goes, he'll actually spawn some full-sized topmen who are a little more persistent at knocking you back. But also give you coins when you knock them into the walls instead of star bits. But no, that guy, he's kind of a pushover. Literally, that's how you beat him, is you push him into stuff. But yeah, that's the star. Now, what's next? Look at the map. Nothing new there. There is a comet star for this level that we haven't gotten yet. But as you can see, the comet is not in orbit, so we can't do it. So that means that all we currently have left available to us is the enemy base in this dome. Bowser's Star Reactor. Now, as you can tell from that name, it's actually going to be Bowser we fight here rather than his very apparently southern son, the Fiery Stronghold. Maybe we'll finally see what he's up to. Now, one thing that's pretty cool here, if you listen to the music, I believe it shows up in starting in this level, but the music is a rearrangement of the Bowser level theme from Super Mario 64, which I can feel a Grand Star nearby. This place is filled with all kinds of traps and tricks. Be careful. But yes, this level in particular, these areas in particular, but the entire game in general actually really is heavily reminiscent of the Bowser levels from Super Mario 64 in its more linear design than the main worlds of that game, I suppose is how I would put it. Probably best not to push our luck with that, but yes. You see all sort of gimmicks. The gravity here is all out of whack. Check the arrows. So yeah, that's basically how this is gonna go. You have gravity, and you have to basically know. See, if you go too far there, you fall into that black hole. But if you if you jump into the blue without landing on this platform, you fall into that black hole. So, also thwomps are instant death. That is probably something that is worth being aware of, but that was a demo just to show you that if you try and get too far ahead of yourself, you will get sucked into a black hole and die. So, yep, that was my Raocow moment for this LP. Well, not singular, because let's be fair, there'll probably be more. Like that. Like, that one is saying that touching that fire is bad for you. I am not playing very well today. I swear I'm not this bad at video games. Especially Mario video games, because these are pretty much what I grew up on. Mario and Zelda and Banjo-Kazooie and fun stuff like that. But anyway, just go on here. Don't worry about trying to get on top of that thwomp like I was, because it's just frankly not worth your time. Ah, no. This one might be worth your time, though. I don't know. I'm gonna wait for you to go down there so I can get that, because I could actually use it. Fire bars everywhere. Green and white floors. Slightly ominous tile decoration. Consultation. That's not quite the right word, but anyway. Once you get here, he decides to start spitting fireballs at the platforms. So you're kind of sort of on a bit of a timer, but holy crap, I just managed to get through that. Basically, just get up to him before the platforms crumple away, and you finally made it. Just in time for me to stomp you into space bits. And that's pretty much all he tells us about his plan, but he seems to have some like, not power stars, but like actual stars around. Anyway, basically what you want to make him do is stomp on these blue things because they're fragile and will break when he lands on them, exposing him to the hot star material below, which I'm not entirely sure what this even is. Just like, I mean, I guess it's like a weird jack-shaped star. It's like, you know what I mean? Not like a car jack, but like, you know, like the jacks. You know, the little spiky little toy things that you were supposed to be able to pick up while bouncing a ball. I was never good at that game. Also, Bowser, are you sure you know what it means to go around in a circle? Because you weren't really quite doing that right. Anyway. But yeah, he's just gonna keep spitting fireballs. You just have to wait for his pattern to bring him to jumping, then just lure him onto the blue, then hit him in the back. Now the last time he does this, he actually goes around a couple times and you smack him, and then you hit him so hard that he flies out of the gravity of the thing and back to the place where you first talked to him. What? How? Foolish Mario. My plan is too far along now. You really think you could stop me? And he disappeared without actually telling us what his plan was, other than that it was pretty far along, but somehow driving him off made the Grand Star pop out of that, and we can now take it back with us. That is Dome 2, more or less complete. And so, with another Grand Star in tow, we fly back to the front of the observatory and make the beacon grow. A green star. And many people who played Galaxy 2 just collectively shuddered. But anyway, that also opens up a new dome, obviously. You discovered a new galaxy. 4 new galaxies, rather. And there's a white comet there that might be worth noticing. You rescued another Grand Star, and power has returned to another dome in the back of the observatory. But I still don't think we have the star power we need to fly the observatory through the universe. The villain who kidnapped your special one took her far from here to the center of the universe. Once our star power is restored, the observatory will be able to go there. Then you can reunite with your special one. We will not save our game. And technically, it's been about 19 minutes, but I think I'm going to do one more star this episode just to do this. And I'll probably do this fast forwarded anyway, but because I know what it is. But as you can guess, it's the comet star that I brought up. White comets are daredevil comets, and these are probably some of the tougher ones. Typically, this one isn't so bad. Basically, what they do. Top Maniac's Daredevil run. They often show up on boss missions, but not always. And rather than a white thing, the corners of the screen go black here. But you'll see the gimmick pretty quickly once you land. It starts right off right here at the boss, so it's cool.
But you have exactly one unit of health. There's no way to get any more than 1. There's no coins in the levels on Daredevil runs. So, essentially, what this does is it limits your health greatly and makes you fight a boss. Some of these missions that happen later on in the game are quite literally the bane of my existence. So, yeah. This one isn't too bad because there's only 2 things in this boss fight that can actually hurt you. And that was one of them. If his spikes... Also, if you fail a combat mission, it's either try again or to the observatory. But... yeah, his spikes can hurt you, and the electricity can hurt you. It might be best to play it safe and get rid of these... the little smaller enemies first. So you... Anyway, try not to let him land on you. He always flies right into the center when you damage him. So, it might be best to avoid the center when you are actually once you have like spun him into the walls. But 3 strikes and he is out again, and he gives you another star. So that's basically how that works. The Daredevil comets. They're fairly simple, but they give you no margin for error.
Which is why one in particular is probably going to be the death of me, and you are going to love it. Rosalina's library is open. Now you can read the storybook. That is something I haven't figured out what to do with yet. I will probably get to that later, because that opens up as the game goes on. So, can't do all of it now. So it wouldn't really be worth it to start. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. But in the next episode, we will head over here to this new dome. Do not fall off there, Mario, although you would just get sent back up anyway. We will head over to this new dome, the kitchen. Well, we'll go over and see what's cooking, I guess. Also, these stars are actually slightly color-coded to the colors of the domes. That's cool. I don't know if I ever truly realized that. They saw the slight different colors, but never really that they were following the pattern. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough. So, respond, vibrate, feedback, resonate in the comments below. Tell me how everything was. And hopefully you like to see more. So I will see you next time when we go take a look at what's going on in the kitchen.